Josh Smith here at Guitar World Magazine. Over the last few months, we've been talking about the tools I use to strengthen the narrative within my solos. Not note choices, but things that help me create better phrasing. So we talked about repetition. We locked ourselves in a box, put handcuffs on, and limited what we could play. And right now, we're talking about call and response. Last month, I showed you how to really play a phrase and then answer yourself, almost like you're trading fours with yourself. Well, what if you used all these approaches and you're now in the middle of your solo? So you're not just knocking them right over the head at the beginning to make a statement. You're in the midst of a long solo, something like I do all the time playing in a trio. I'm by myself and I have this creative freedom to kind of go where I want. So let's say I'm 2-3 choruses deep into a solo. How do you keep using these tools and keeping it interesting? Well, it's a way of building things up both dynamically and rhythmically and phrasing-wise to do this. So let's say I've answered myself and I played this whole chorus of B.B. King style. And I've answered that with, let's say I want to build and not repeat that, but I want to answer it with something similar on the 4 chord. So I may go. So again, that has nothing to do with the same motif or idea, but I let that phrase lead me to move lower and play something rhythmically interesting and also dynamically interesting by hitting really hard and changing the way I pick to keep furthering the dynamics of the solo and building up this story. So how would I answer that by getting to the 5? I'd play something like, now again, I'm just listening to what I just played. I'm letting the chord changes lead me, but more importantly, I'm listening to what I previously played and answering it. Think about the way when you listen to your favorite guitar players, sometimes it feels like you already know what they're going to play before they play it. It's because they play in this style. It's because they play so conversationally that you can almost hear where they're going. They're kind of leaving you breadcrumbs and setting up road flares to show you where they're heading, because it only makes sense to do something next that they're hearing and then you're hearing it, because it's such a strong narrative. So let's take just a few more licks and call and respond them, just to practice on honing in that tool. What do you really hear? So let's play a lick. I'm going to play anything. I'm going to play. So that's a really interesting lick, right? With that double stop and that. So then maybe for the 4. Or maybe something like. There's so many ways to answer that. Again, I'm just thinking of what did I play last and how do I answer it. Let's do another one. Let's do a fast lick. And how do you answer a fast lick? So again, I took the timing of the lick and the fast little trill that I was doing, but moved it to a new position and a different note choice while still referencing that idea. I answered the idea while furthering the story. These things are so useful. Now let's do one where we're bending a lot, and how do we answer that? Again, I played the same lick, but I moved it up and kind of answered it by embellishing it at the end of it. And that, you only get this just by really listening to what you're playing. That gives you the ability to answer it right back. And again, conversational solo can't be beat. People are going to enjoy that solo more than just a solo where you go. You don't want to do that.